Welcome to the Rookies, everybody. My name is Tennyson
Welcome.
Easted. This is a weekly stream where we sit down and play Jump Rangers with two people who have never encountered Jump Rangers before this stream. I dare say you're both getting pretty good at it by now. If anybody's not
Yeah.
aware, Jump Rangers is a tabletop role playing game about kid space commandos finding a place amongst the stars for humanity. The basic idea of Jump Rangers is that in the year 2058, right when people were getting their stuff figured out, giant motherships of the Saurian horde descended from the skies and telepathic Tyrannosaurus Rexes and their army of Undersaurs just washed over the planet and knocked us right off. And without any
Yeah.
interstellar travel of our own, the only way people could survive was by sneaking aboard these alien spaceships and colonizing them and colonizing the planets where they landed. And now, 300 years later, we have a galaxy where people are living in the shadows of these giant alien empires in the walls or in the dusty little corners, making homes as best they can, while a group of adventurers called Jump Rangers, kids between the ages of 5 and 18, journey out into the stars to blaze a future for humanity. Um, Today, as always on the Rookies, we have Buster the Destroyer and Liz Ransdell. Buster, do you want to tell everybody what's going on in your life and where they can find you?
Yeah, I am Buster the Destroyer. You can find me here on Twitch with the same name, Buster the Destroyer. I stream Star Citizen often. I'm kind of the premier face maker in Star Citizen, so if you play it or you would like to play it in the future and you'd like a custom character head file, I make those for people. You can make your own, right? But it's not a
But Buster
Buster.
can make yours too.
It's not a Buster. It's become a thing. Like when if you're wearing a Buster in this community, it means something. But yeah, bustersbusts at gmail.com. But yeah, but other than that, just living life, trying to work and live and make it, you know what I mean?
I do.
And trying to think of anything coming up. I mean, Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna make a bunch of turkey.
Thanksgiving and IAE.
Oh,
That's what
okay, hot tip.
yeah.
Hot tip, real fast, everybody. If
Yep.
you live somewhere where there's a Firehouse Subs, right?
Oh, you like
Firehouse
Firehouse
Subs.
subs?
They have a Thanksgiving sub right now that is the best freaking thing in the world. It's got stuffing, turkey, cranberry sauce, mayonnaise.
Okay.
Perfect sandwich every time. Every time's a good time. I'm like legit. And then of course, like I think it's got like lettuce and stuff. I don't remember. It's the best. I just swallowed it when I ate it. I inhaled it. It was gone very quickly because while I'm not a purveyor of the moist maker as per friends, that's the best part of Thanksgiving is the day after. It's like I don't
Gotcha.
go out and shop. I just make sandwiches. I don't need to participate in capitalism. I just need to participate in sandwiches. So there's a hot tip right now. It's just go to Firehouse Sub and get one right now. And
Okay.
while you're watching the stream. Or order one. I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
Watch the stream and then
Get yourself a Firehouse subs.
order a delivery sandwich or
DoorDash is
just have
available. You can have it
one of your
both
kids
ways.
with a driver's license go do it. Come on.
Very good.
That's why you can let them have a car and a driver's license so they can go get limes at the store.
Liz, do you want
True.
to tell everybody the birthday news?
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
I'm old.
What?
Yeah, my birthday was actually yesterday. It was this weekend, and so I got visits from family, and I got this really neat, actually, backflow incense burner with a little skull in it. So my spooky mantle's even spookier now. Hold on. Anyway, so I'm working on my year-round Halloween spirit, and yeah, and due to the kindness of my followers and my readers and my fans, our latest Kickstarter, which is only running for 2 weeks, made it to 51%. It's under Studio Metropolis, if anyone wants to look it up, or Curiouser and Curiouser. It's a not safe for work book, so it's not usually something that I would promote here, but as it's only 2 weeks, and we've only got like 9 or 10 days of that left.
Yep.
If anyone wants to if any grown-ups want to go check that out, children are not welcome
Yes. Yes.
at all.
And I will say that Liz's writing is extremely powerful stuff. There's there's a lot of themes here that are obviously not appropriate for kids, and at the same time, I think it's safe to say that it's work that forces us to kind of reevaluate how we understand culture. If you don't mind my saying so, I see it as very much an indictment of is it Lewis Carroll? Is that who did all this?
Yes.
Yes, very much an indictment of Lewis Carroll. Very much an indictment of our the way that we view kind of like canon writers and canon content creators
Yep.
in a feminist light, and kind of a giant poop in the face to anyone who thinks that any art is inherently unassailable.
Yeah. I do like to assail the art.
Yeah. if
But yeah.
indeed it needs to be called art after this, like I think it's also good to reevaluate like what in theory as we progress we're going to get better at noticing the things that we're bad at. In general, as society progresses, one would hope we get wiser about how we treat one another. And when we look back at the work that we've done in the past, and this is absolutely relevant to Jump Rangers because this is part of why I've written the whole thing in the first place. Ideally, we get better at seeing the ways in which we've abused people unwittingly through our art and through sharing other people's art and through the things we've advocated and the things we've created, all of it. And that's a process that we should embrace and we should be eager to undertake. And the only reason we don't feel that way is because that process does bring an element of shame about how we ourselves have treated other people and how we have abused other people. And
Yep.
and we have to have the emotional intelligence to engage that shame in good faith and learn from it and just move forward and do better because that's how we create opportunities. My whole reason for Jump Rangers was I don't know if I've ever told this story on stream, have I?
I
I
don't
was
know.
walking out of Prisoner of Azkaban.
Nope.
I was so frustrated because, among other things, and one of the other thing I will say is that if you understand the craft of, and this is something Liz and I have talked a lot about, if you understand the craft of any given artistic discipline, that craft makes you better at personing. It makes you better at humaning. The deeper you get into it, the more sort of truths you find and the more you unearth about it. Well, acting is all about action versus reaction and having an action and doing things. And it was driving me crazy that the Harry Potter movies were giving the kids wands and taking away the authority. There was always a grown up there to tell the kids what to do, which means you're not watching the kids do something on their own initiative, which means they're not really characters. They're pawns getting moved around between Dumbledore and he should also, you know what I mean? And that to me was super frustrating. It turns out that when someone, and this is something I've noticed not just with the Harry Potter series, but when someone overlooks the roots of their craft and the fundamentals of their craft because they have a specific thing that they're trying to do, it is almost always, in fact, probably always, and I just haven't made my peace with the times that it's not, a character flaw. It's a lack of courage at the end of the day to engage the story in good faith on behalf of the audience. You're putting something else in there because you have an ego about it. And and so I had a problem with J.K. Rowling and her command of the Harry Potter sort of world pretty early on, and as things started to come out about her frank Nazism, like and her fascism, I only felt, more and more like, okay, that see, it's coming. The pieces of the puzzle are falling. I'm starting to see why I had this issue. But it all
Mm-hmm.
started with a craft problem, and I walked out saying, someone needs to give these kids the wands and the authority to use them. And I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here and spend 10 years of my life working on a fantasy world, but I'll just give them blasters. It's fine. Like and that was the core. Was what if the kids just took the blasters and went for it and stopped caring what the grown-ups thought because something needed to be done and nobody was doing it, and these are the people who stepped up. What kid wouldn't want that empowerment?
Mm.
What kid doesn't want to like walk through the tree line and see some grown up standing there in fatigues, looking tired and weary from the world, and just see that kid coming through the tree line and be like, "Oh, thank God you're here." Like, good, we need you. Like, what kid doesn't
Yeah.
want that kind of authority? So that to me was Jump Rangers at its core. Was the kid saying, "Don't worry, I got this." Like, and it all kind of grew from there. Um, but yeah, it was a response to Harry Potter and my anger at the decisions that were getting made in terms of how it was put together. And the Prisoner of Azkaban was like the worst culprit at that point. It was on a downhill slide.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even though it was so beautifully shot, it was gorgeous. I have the utmost respect for Alfonso Cuarón, but wow, that was a slog. So that's kind of where all this came from, and it's relevant today. I, for the record, voted for Harris. I voted for Tim Walz. I
Thank
have
you.
voted very progressively all the way down the line. If anybody's watching this, please get out and vote, and please get out and vote Democratic. This game is all about empowering kids to live the best life they can and to take ownership of their life. There's only
Yeah.
one person on the ticket who has any interest right now in empowering people at all. There's only one person on the ticket who's willing to do that work.
Be on your lap right
So
now.
get the fuck out and vote. And
Yeah, that and kids deserve school lunches so they can have brains later down the line.
yes.
So
Kids deserve
I think I know which party is gonna make sure that they're generally more likely to support
Yep.
free lunch. I'm
Yep.
sorry, that's one of my biggest issues with any politician that
Yep.
has any kind of power over that. Like, do you support free lunch? Because it's that simple.
Yes.
It's that
Really,
simple.
I mean, you want to say you taking
Feeding
care
a
of
child
Americans? They're
is
kind of the
literally
most
the
important
least we can
Americans.
do. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
feeding a child.
Yeah.
Also, if you live in Texas, please vote Ted Cruz out. We're so close.
I am so hopeful. that this is going to
That's a win for all of America.
I gotta say,
you
he's
know,
been a real dirtbag to y'all.
oh yeah. I mean, just send him back. Just let him go vacation in Cancun for good. Like, we're good.
And I also want to put it out there in case anybody's not aware that Texas is a blue state with a shitload of gerrymandering. Let's be absolutely clear about this. Like
Yes,
I worked on
100%.
I worked on the Wendy Davis campaign.
Oh,
And
Wendy Davis. I wanted her to win governor so bad.
I was so excited. And working for Wendy Davis, I learned so much about women voting in Texas. I learned so much about the trouble that people have with districts. I learned a ton about how Texas works as a voter, and it's broken by
It's
design.
insane.
It's
It's
the
pretty
Koch
bad.
brothers getting into
Mm-hmm.
school board elections and then getting
Yep.
into mayor elections and then getting into
Yep.
gubernatorial elections and just
It's almost like an
money.
infection that just spreads.
That's exactly what it is.
Also, the greatest governor the state ever had was Ann Richards, and she was the last blue governor we had, and that should tell you something.
That
Go
should
look
tell
up
you
Ann
something.
Richards. Go read about her, because if you
They
don't know
hated
who
having
she
a woman
is,
governor that much.
Yep.
she was one of the women, like back in the day, like back in like '88. They were saying like she should have been running for president because of a speech she gave at the DNC. She gave the best speech at the DNC, and people were like, after like, why is she not the one running for president? So that was a woman who should have been president.
Well,
And
that's
it's
sad. I
not
wasn't
even
even in the country then.
and I'll tell you
I'll send you. I'm gonna send you that video,
it
Liz.
really isn't even about like the voters hating it. Like Texas is a classic story of redistricting as a tool.
A bit of control.
It's absolute. Yes, the voters can only do so much, and when there's only one polling place in certain districts, they can do even less. And ultimately,
Well, and then you've got a socialization
yep,
where evangelicalism is so big down there that you've got a lot of women
Mm-hmm.
who talk big,
Mm-hmm.
but really they're giving it all to their husbands when they go home because honestly they're scared. They're afraid of themselves. They're afraid of their husbands. They're afraid of their neighbors. They're afraid. And I'm speaking about a very specific demographic right now.
yep.
But they are
I
afraid.
wonder which one.
But they are afraid, and it is their entire lives are ruled by fear. And I gotta say, I feel bad for my American friends. I do. Like, there's only one voter in this house, but they better have done their goddamn job. And considering the things I've heard them say, and the amount of joy they get out of poking their parents, their very elderly military parents, I think I'm good. I'm good. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I think I know, but I don't ask. And that's the other thing is I don't have to, because I've made it very clear that my trans son and that myself as an immigrant, as a queer immigrant, oh my God, I'm a woman, I'm a queer disabled immigrant.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Like,
how
It's a
dare
mess in this
you?
country. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I you just got to hope that somebody is going to make sure that you're safe. And that's a terrible thing to have to do, because the last thing you should have from your government is have to make a choice of whether or not you're going to be safe. That's not the government's job. The government's job is literally to make sure things run smoothly and then to help the people they govern to have a better quality of life. That's
Yep.
it. You should not have to make a choice over survival.
Yep. Yep. Oh, Liz, you just went out.
What is going on?
There.
Everything's all delayed. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I
it
dropped the
seemed
The cat
it
gotcha.
seemed it seemed like I would be remiss in not taking that moment just to put it out there that, like, this is not about having a political agenda. This is exclusively a responsibility to the player base of Jump Rangers. This is
Yep.
about looking after kids and keeping kids safe. It's just that simple. So if anybody has a problem with that, you know where to find the door.
Mhm. I
But
like to be safe, and I like my children to be safe.
yep,
That's where we are right now.
kids should be allowed to figure out who they are. They should be allowed to experiment with their potential. It shouldn't be complicated. It doesn't need to involve anybody that they don't want there. You know what I mean? They need freedom. Kids need freedom. And
And you
and
know what? They'll
and
do
trust.
better things with it than people think they will.
Every single time. Every single time. I have never been disappointed by my stepsons when I support them unconditionally and give them the space.
I
It's
think
just
one
that
thing
simple.
that Jump Rangers really leaves open to be tested and tried and experimented with is that we say that necessity is the mother of invention, but really it's childhood. The things that I created, that not as an engineer, not as a chemist, not as but all of those things were simply things that we did. You know,
Yeah.
we tried things, we wanted to see what happened, and that is what is essentially being taken away if we don't support kids being healthy and being safe and being free. And I don't mean safe from books, I mean safe from ideologies.
Yes. Safe
You
from
know,
grown-ups. Safe from grown-ups. Like
yeah.
safe from the people who don't trust them.
And that is very specifically what our mission is about right now.
It is. It is.
Talk about
So,
segues. Okay, first of all, look how big he's getting. Look at that.
yeah.
His fur's all grown in. He's not fuzzy anymore. He's soft and sleek, and he's a little fucking velociraptor. But he's that was my swear.
That's okay. It's all right. We're
And
moving out of the political. I dropped a couple of F-bombs. It's fine.
mwah. And I love him, but
We'll
he's
bounce
driving me nuts.
back. We'll
Can you
bounce
tell?
back. So when last we left our adventurers, they had presented Griff with a handful,
Monies.
yeah, with basically a suitcase full of cash and the possibility of bigger jobs to come. So, so we're going to start this with your briefing on the job that Griff has for you. Griff is leaning over the case, which he has moved to the center of the room as a little table. He's sitting on his bunk, and the two of you have little, crates that you're sitting on, watching him. And Griff leans over and he says, "How much do you know about the planet we're going to right now?"
Were we told which planet we were going to right now?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm leaving this one to Bam Bam then because I'm not really good at. Although, before we get started, when can I train again?
Anytime that you want to, and anytime you can make the time to do it. So that is up to you to create space for.
Okay,
And
because
the
I
other
would
thing,
like
well,
to learn
the
how to
other
break
thing,
into things, and this seems like the perfect mission for that to be, because not stealth, but like
larceny.
lock picking or like yes, larceny. Oh, I love that word. Oh, I love that word. Yes. I figured that's something that we should really pick up. I was thinking about it because of how last time worked out. That was
That might
kind of
be something
sketchy.
that you can do after this job. Things
All
are going to be moving a
right.
little bit fast right now, but you're going to be around people who are good at those things in the near future.
That's what I was hoping. And I
So
know you had to train with 3 people, so
yep. But what I
all
would
right.
say is, um, if you want to pick a virtue to develop in this game, now is the time to do it.
Yeah. All right. So I put larceny in parentheticals. I have a lot of virtues. And we both got a virtue last time.
I think that's
Did
true.
I get through mine?
We both did. You were given yours because you did such a good job at something. You always do a good job, but you
Oh,
did
that's right.
an
That's right.
especially good job at a very specific moment. And then
Intuitive.
yes.
There we go. I have intuitive.
And I have authority. 'Cause I'm a bossy 7-year-old.
Is there any
Oh,
virtues that either of you wants to develop in this session?
that's a good question. Virtues.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I'm
look
gonna
at the
have to
list.
just I think I'm gonna
Just
have to
gonna.
just chill with this one and see if I get inspired.
Okay.
Because I need to change tacks a little. I've gotten a little bit
Hmm,
focused. Oh.
trying to think. Hmm. 'Cause I have some. Okay, I'm relentless, so
That's good.
diligence isn't something I need.
You know what?
Diligence is kind of
Well,
in the same place.
uh, if you want to go for it, I'll let you do it. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna say it's exactly the same. It's not exactly the same. So if you wanted to go for diligent, I would allow it.
Hi, Whittle. Well, welcome. She's not agreeing with me about any of that. She's like,
What?
she just walked in. She's like,
The cat,
no, the Whittle,
the
the
whittle.
dog.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Whittle's the dog. Come on, baby. No, she wants me to go outside.
what virtue is related to investigation?
Curious,
Mm, tenacity.
I have curious.
tenacious. You have curious.
Yeah.
Tenacious would be good.
I think
Insight,
tenacious is like it makes me think of persistence, and that's what investigator is persistent about
Yeah,
following things up.
inquisitive.
I
That's a
like
good.
inquisitive.
Inquisitive and curious are kind of the same.
Yeah, they are really
Yeah.
close.
Um,
Oh, wait. Well, I
sharp.
don't know, but it's sharp or virtue.
Yep, it's an adjective. It characterizes your it char-
Right, I get that, but
I'll allow it to be a virtue. I mean, it doesn't have to be a virtue in the Christian sense.
I think I need to go with tenacious just because of everything else is so close to everything else I have, and I'm really trying to kind of veer into more grown up things.
Okay, and also tenacious is very universally useful. Like,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
I like
judicious.
ooh, I like
uh,
I think Bam Bam can be a bit judicious.
okay,
Judiciousness,
well, it
like,
indicates a certain amount of wisdom and balance and the
yeah,
ability to
shrewd,
make
kind of.
apply
decisions.
logic. So I like judicious because there's a
Yeah,
lot of stuff involved with being a judicious person. That's a,
Yeah,
if you're judicious, you are a lot of actually really intelligent and well thought out and mindful things because they're all required to be judicious.
yeah, because
that's
it's
true.
either I'm thinking judicious or resolute, which Bam Bam's pretty. Bam
Resolute
Bam's
and
like,
relentless are pretty close.
yeah, that's exactly why I
I
stayed
like
away from it.
judicious. I like
I like
judicious because then
judicious.
I
It's
I'll
like
go for
decisive,
judicious.
right? It's decisive.
and Bam Bam can keep Ripper in check.
Yeah. She's pretty judicious for the group.
Okay.
So that's why I'm gonna go for
Okay.
it.
All right.
Judicious.
All right.
Cool. I've got my parentheticals.
Judiciousness. I don't know how.
And what's yours, Liz? Yours is
Tenacious.
tenacious, and judicious. Okay.
Tenacity. I like tenacity.
Both of you do me a favor and make a mind check involving like your knowledge of planetary systems and human colonies.
Okay.
So tell me what you would have to what if he said the name of this planet, what do you have that would have you know what he's talking about?
Right. Okay.
Liz, you start.
You ready?
Tell me. So this is a mind roll. We're gonna figure out your
So what have I got to add to this?
yeah.
Psychic,
Okay.
far-seeing, traversal,
Okay.
smart.
Not traversal. Smart. Psychic far-seeing smart.
Well, if traversal, I mean, this is
No.
specifically about. Okay.
Traversal is
physically
physical
moving
travel.
yourself. It's about like it's traversal in the like running,
Body.
jumping, swimming.
Transport.
Right. Let's see. Smart, untamed, psychic. So smart,
Yep.
psychic, far-seeing.
Yep.
I think that's all for this specific.
Basic training.
Curious, basic training.
I'll give you curious because you would have noticed information in the past. So your target is 5. Go ahead, roll
Okay.
your mind dice. Tell me how many victories you get, Buster.
Okay.
You tell me what you have to put into this roll.
That would apply to my knowledge of planets.
Yep.
Or a planet.
And human colonies.
Strategy? Does that count?
Nope.
For anything? Okay. I don't think the rest of my talents would put anything into it. So virtues.
Basic training. Basic training is 1.
Yeah, basic training. Yeah. None of mine are really knowledge based. It's like assertive, focused. Maybe I focused on some of that knowledge.
Nope.
Yeah, cool, relentless, inspiring, righteous, intuitive. Intuitive.
I'll give your target is 2.
That is a knowledge.
It is. I'm giving it to you. You have a target of 2.
Yeah.
Tell me how many
So there we
victories
go.
you get.
What was the target of 2 and
your mind dice?
Difficulty of what?
I'm gonna say there's 2 difficulties on this roll. If you get
I don't know them. Okay.
If you get 2, that's 1.
Okay.
If you get 6, that's another.
Okay. Okay. So I have 3 3 6 3 6. 2 6s and 3 3s.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You
okay.
know nothing about this.
That's fine. Guess I'm gonna train on some knowledge about stuff.
Okay. What do you have, Liz?
I got a 3, a 1, re-rolled it to a 5, 6, 4, and 4.
What was your target? Your target was 5. So that's 4 victories?
Yes.
Okay. He leans over and he says, "We're going to planet Inferno." Now, because you've heard of Planet Inferno, and you're verifying that this is the same planet using your psychic abilities and using your far seeing. Okay? It is reputed to be an inhospitable lava planet where nothing can survive, and for whatever reason, Saurian ships keep going to and fro, but Jump Rangers are actively discouraged from ever stepping. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't. It's widely known to be extraordinarily dangerous and not worth your time. But
we'll make it.
Part of what you're using here is your psychic ability, and both your far seeing and your ability to connect with Griff. Something is making you not trust that information. That something about that seems wrong to you. Like, it's the same planet, you're sure of it. Both because he's sure of it and because these planet names are very hard to forget once you learn them. Like, they're very self-descriptive. It's Planet Inferno, right? But something seems off about Planet Inferno that you can't put your finger on. Now, And Griff sees the reaction on your face and he says, "Good, you've heard of it. Here's what you don't know. House Serpentis has a number of secret installations where they mine rare minerals on planet Inferno. And there is, shall we say, high-level research and development taking place in some of these installations. There's a project I've had my eye on, something the Saurians call Project Archon, which I'm going to write down right now before I forget. And you and me are going to sneak into this secret installation and steal it.
Well,
what do you think about that?
I mean, the floor is lava there. You can't walk anywhere.
That's right. That's right. But I have a plan to get us in and out of the installation.
Oh, is that so?
Without any troubles. I'm going to ship you in crates.
Ew. How about that? Ew, where are we going to poop?
You're wearing spacesuits. Don't you have some solution to that problem in your spacesuit?
Probably.
What's
Ew. Why are you asking kids about the way they poop? You're weird. Actually, I'm just messing with you. I have to remember that we made nice with him, so I'm like, ah.
And then once we steal one of the Archon prototypes, I'm going to ship you out with the prototype. You'll be intercepted.
Where's it going?
Some friends of mine
By who?
will intercept the crate once it's being shipped.
Well, you can't just say some friends of mine, dude. Because
you wanted in on this deal. You're the one who came to me looking for help.
Well, first of all, we weren't trying to find help. You had us help you with something. We were just here. We're the ones who helped you, sir. Don't get that crisscross. All right? Second of all, okay, you don't tell me that I get put in a crate for some undefined amount of time, and I'm just going to go see your friends. What if your friends are, like, not people we should be around? You think about that? I mean, would you get in a crate and not know where you're going and then, like, accept that I just said, well, it's some of my friends? No, you would not. Don't expect me to accept that because I am a child. Just because I'm younger and a child and my frontal lobe isn't developed doesn't mean I don't freaking hold people accountable, sir. Sir!
If you don't want to be part of my gang, then I guess I'll take my business elsewhere.
I mean, like, again,
here's what I recommend.
You keep saying my gang, my friends.
Here's what I recommend.
You have to say who they are.
I think that you're right. I think that Planet Inferno is very dangerous, and there's lava everywhere. It's not.
Planet Inferno is not dangerous. I am dangerous. Planet Inferno will get cooled over when I arrive.
Mr. Griff?
Do not.
I actually do have one. I have a question.
What's your question, Ripper?
Do you intend for us to leave with the prototype? You won't leave us behind, right?
We're going to ship you and the prototype out in one crate. We're going to ship me out in another crate. Out of the facility.
And this prototype is really, really important to you, right? So keeping it safe is important to you, right?
Be a shame if something
Are
happened to
you
it.
running like a truth detector thing here at this point, Liz, or what's your plan? Are you doing anything psychic that I
Yeah,
should be aware of?
I mean, I'm trying to get a read on the guy because I kind of want to do it.
What, you want to do the crate thing?
I do. I just want to see.
I do, but I just like Bam Bam is like, hold up,
He's not going to
dude.
tell us. So we're just be sneaky about
Go
it,
ahead and
girl.
Well,
roll. Go
you
ahead
play
and roll
nice cop.
spirit. Go ahead and roll spirit, Ripper. Tell me what your. This is a role that you're probably much better equipped for.
I do have 6 spirit. All right.
So tell me what you've got. Basic training.
All right. Basic, smart,
Yep.
psychic, untamed,
Yep.
because this is about doing something brave,
Yes.
curious,
Yes.
stealth, because we're trying to sneak this one past him.
Yes.
Clever,
Yes.
mindful,
Yes.
quick-witted,
Yes.
and as I am sort of trying to take over here for a minute, I'm going to say authority.
Okay.
Because Bam Bam's always in charge, but I'm sort of taking the reins on this one.
Yep.
We're doing good cop, bad cop. That's
Because
okay.
we didn't get a chance. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to
Gain
put our
this one. Yeah.
together. So I just kind of have to for a
So
minute
you
and
have
trust.
4 automatic victories, and your target number
Alright.
is 7.
What did I just say? 6. Okay. All right. 6.
I don't believe
5.
a second that Griff is going to be able to hide anything from you, but let's just find out the hard way, shall we? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yikes.
He sucks.
No, but that doesn't. Okay.
I have to type these in because I won't remember.
By the way, it's storming where I am, so if I just go out for some reason, you know what happened. And I'll be back as soon as I can.
One, two,
Okay.
three, four.
I'm hearing
Okay.
a lot of thunder and lightning right now, so I'm just like, oh, hey.
Griff has 3 victories. So
All right.
if you get more than 3, you've got him.
I did. I got.
Suck it,
I
Griff.
did lose one. I did lose one because I got an 8. So I got 3, 6,
Knew she'd
5,
win.
8, 5, 2.
Yeah, suck it.
So basically, I got 3, 6, 5, 2.
Okay.
Take that,
That's right.
you man.
Griff looks at you in the eye and he says, "The prototype is only important to me if we get it."
Well,
And
what's the
that is-
prototype?
And that is 100% true. How many victories did you get?
Zillion.
4 on top of whatever you said.
1,500.
There are 3.
You get a flash in your mind. For those 4 extra victories, you get a flash in your mind of Rexor armor, but you don't know what the deal is with it. You definitely, so it's going to be big. It's going to be relatively hard to move. Rexor
So
armor
it's-
is definitely what you're stealing. It is for certain what you're stealing.
And he won't fit in a crate with it, but we will. So
That's true.
he has to get us back out.
Yep.
And there's no reason not to trust us and want to keep exploiting us. Which means then we could meet his friends, which is kind of the thing we were trying to do.
He is wondering if he can. Your plan is working. He wants to know if he can put jump rangers to work and get them to do the things that he has trouble doing. This is absolutely him saying, "Well, maybe these kids, like he's not necessarily committed to keeping you alive, but if this can work, he 100% wants it to work."
So we don't have to worry about him killing us or leaving us behind.
Nope. Not unless things go sideways.
Means, nudge, nudge, hey, we could check this out. And twofold. A, we could see what it is. B, we can meet the guys. Ooh, 3, we might be able to steal a chunk of it and take it home to our people. Because it sounds like it'll be too big to move the whole thing. But there may be something we can remove, Ms. Tech Genius.
Okay, after
And
you
if
say
there
all that in my
is,
ear,
you
kind of
know,
look at him and I say, okay, fine. But don't think I won't talk to your superiors. So you better be behaving. I will let them know.
Don't worry, I got this. I got this.
Pull this up.
I'm gonna like walk off for a second, like I'm just so like fine, let her play the
Yeah.
part.
Yep. All right, let me.
We're good. Gel's in. Gel's totally in because Gel's in for whenever I'm in.
It's also probably advantageous for us that
To not look like it's 100%
well,
gung ho.
no, well, yeah, that we're not just like saying yes to everything he does, but also for you to be the source that he kind of like maybe trusts more to like open up to about things in the future,
It makes the
because
psychic stuff
you're literally
easier.
the worst person to tell anything to. Because you will learn more than they give you every time.
That's true.
So if he trusts you, you will have an easier time
Games imitating life.
That's
getting
absolutely
him.
true.
I'm actually not the worst person to tell because I do keep a secret.
Well, I mean, worst as
Or
in
fault.
like you will absolutely like tell me.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
as in
Well, anytime
like he'll
someone,
probably think,
yeah, anytime someone
like,
tells you something, it's a hook for you to pry open more and I pry loose more information. Is I think what Buster's getting at.
So that Bam,
yeah.
so that Bam Bam can get right around them.
It's always
we
an
work so well.
opportunity for like somebody saying, well, my car is red, but you're like, well, your car's not just red, but it has like this engine and that and that and that because of your abilities, right?
And I know that
So-
Bam Bam can jump that one.
Yeah, like you find out the stuff, you give it to me, and then I'm like, okay.
And you keep the keys on top of the back tire. And
Exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly. So yeah. So I'm like Bam Bam knows her part right now. It's to be the one that is the hard one to convince.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Someone's got to do it. He can't feel like he's won if we don't.
Yeah, you can't let them think that you have to let them feel like they got it.
Yeah.
Like they got it.
Yep.
That we didn't just go, huh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
He's got to
he's
feel
feeling
like
with
Men like to
Zen
feel like they earned something from somebody.
or they pulled one over on you.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. They like to feel like, oh, I just convinced these dumb kids.
Not that either of us would have experience.
I have achieved something today. That's what they need.
That's what they need. That's probably universally true.
Oh yeah, no.
That's
It
that's
totally
that's
is.
real. That's a real thing.
It's just the way you manipulate men versus women is totally different. Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying. All right. So, does anyone have anything they want or need to do before the mothership start? I mean, apart from packing you into this crate, is there anything that anybody wants?
Did you want to do your training, Liz? Do you want to train up something? I mean, we've got time before we do a thing.
I think right now I want to focus on the
mission at hand.
I want to focus on the mission.
Yeah, maybe like
'Cause
next
I
session or
feel
whenever
like
we feel like a break in, like it's better to do it between like kind of major points because then you feel like it actually makes sense in the story.
Yeah.
And I feel like where we're going to have more places and more people to work it with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
fair.
these new people, I'll bet you they could use
If they're
some
criminals, they could really teach us something cool.
Yeah. Right? Exactly. Never learned
I
from
mean,
them
I'm all
before.
like, I'm a theater person. Like some of the best people I know are like, you know, people that are ne'er-do-wells according to society, you know?
Yep.
I won't say what kinds of jobs they do, but you can imagine.
I worked in blue collar sector for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I used to tease my coworkers that we had two things in common, me and them, because none of us could vote and none of us could buy a gun.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway,
so
felons and immigrants.
So, let's see here. Who wants getting at this point? Like combined actions are getting pretty ridiculous. So I'm going to say the lot of you have absolutely no problem leading Gel and Griff.
Yeah, that's fine.
To the it's the usual deal. You're going to sneak out from this sort of like behind the wall space next to the trash, the trash airlock where you've been hiding. You're going to work your way across one or two massive chasms and find some air vents and work your way all the way into the cargo. area.
I think I think this kind of activity too is also like a good training moment for Gel because we're like navigating. We're learning to navigate through a place we've never been. And so maybe we take the opportunity to like I know she did some climbing training last time,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, but I think this is a good like look at the patterns and the instincts in like how this works. Like look observe the map while we're going, but
So you're
also
gonna have
like
Gel lead you
to some degree, yeah, and I'm even gonna tell the guy like, hey, we need to train her a little bit. So like let's encourage her to map this herself, this
Okay.
journey, even though he knows the place like the back of his hand.
Yep.
Mhm.
And if she starts to stray wrong, he can obviously help us correct her.
Well, it's gonna be a situation where Gel is getting the benefit of everybody
Mm,
involved. Like this is a combined action, so I should actually just have one die roll, and that's fine.
yeah,
So that's a really good idea.
yeah. I think every time we have an opportunity like this, we need to take it to like teach her something.
So you taught her climbing last time. There's going to be 2 sneak rolls that Gel makes under the guidance of yourself and Liz and Griff.
Yeah,
Um, by the end of this sort of like journey through the mothership, and there's 1 or 2 points where Gel, hears an undersore technician
and she
team
tells
wandering
everybody to
through the halls.
stop.
Yep,
Yeah,
a lot of you sort of wait
cool.
quietly. And Gel is learning her way around. So by the end of this, I am going to say that Gel has basic training.
Yay!
So,
Nice.
so
Woo! Basics done.
and
She gets the nightly like meal training, things like that. So it's all good.
and along the way, you, I'm sure, walk Gel through the actual code of the Jump Ranger. Have we ever talked through the code? Do you know exactly
We
what?
Yeah.
did a while back,
Okay.
just a little while back. We kind of talked about the code a little
Okay.
bit. Or you took a while to talk about it. So yeah, we would probably be teaching her that like each night, and
Yep.
like okay, before we go to sleep, like here's the next part of the code.
There's just 8 simple
That's
rules,
important.
and each of those 8 rules is pretty central to
Yeah,
the ethics of what Jump Rangers are. So you're working on that. By the end of this, Gel has basic training. So there's other things that you can teach Gel,
yeah,
and
of course.
uh, are exactly whose mentee is Gel? Is Yep. So Gel is a regular. Okay. So cross training is good. Teaching Gel piloting is a very good idea
Yeah,
if you get the chance. Teaching Gel um, psychic ability is a very good idea. Not that Gel doesn't already have some like lots of talent with that, but Gel doesn't
right.
have any formal training. Teaching
Yeah,
Gel
Jill has been working it a lot though, so we could
weapons,
formalize it.
combat. What you want is to cross train Gel. The regulars are cross trained Jump Rangers. So you want Gel to succeed as a regular. You want her to have the broadest base of skills possible. That's the goal. Um,
Okay.
and then after this mission, in theory, Gel can lead the 2 of you back to Earth, and Gel can take the oath.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
if Gel takes the oath on the surface of Earth, Gel is a Jump Ranger.
Yay!
And
Jill should probably pick up a little tech too.
also good.
Since we love
Yep,
to big
just
mouth.
in general, like a broad skill base is what you want a regular to have. They are the
Mhm.
Swiss Army knives of the Jump Ranger Corps. So,
Especially blessed.
Yeah, I'll think about what I want to teach her down the line, and we'll each kind of come up with like parts of our training that we would teach her.
Yeah, because I've been mostly focused on the psychic stuff.
Yeah, and
It's
she
good for her to do
has
something
pretty
else.
natural talent at that, but she does need to have like diversity so that she has something beyond that. All right.
so um,
We need her to learn subtlety too.
the lot of you get to cargo, the cargo bay, which is
Okay.
vast. This is very Banu merchantman in terms of how the
Yeah,
Saurians do
yeah,
things. There's just a giant like the end of Indiana Jones.
yeah.
Just a massive warehouse with boxes stacked in every direction. You're hiding behind boxes and letting undersore guards make their way. Some of these boxes obviously have live animals inside to feed the Rexors. You pass by um, a couple of crates, and you can hear something startle on the inside, and snarl and shake the crate as you pass by. And Griff's like,
I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell. Like, I'm gonna kind of think it toward Ripper, because I know Ripper can generally hear me most of the time. I'm gonna kind of have the thought of like, those animals might be able to be let loose if we need to let them loose for some reason.
I think that's something we should just keep in our little pockets. Uh-huh.
I
Rexors.
do have a bat that can crowbar stuff pretty good with that handle.
That's true.
Mhm.
Rexors like to eat live, dangerous food. That's what
Yeah,
they feed on.
they'd
So,
basically be a feeding frenzy for them. Like, yeah, I'm
so
thinking
they
like throwing a bunch of food out into a lake and all the fish swarm.
so they keep monsters around. They keep monsters on lockdown in the cargo bay to feed the Rexors and keep them.
What if one of the monsters is really cool and we want it to hang out with us all the time?
I still want to know whatever happened to that Rexor that you were befriending.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. Whatever, they're
so
fine.
we're in the. We'll meet him again later.
Yeah.
We'll bump into each other. It's a
The
small
undersore, you mean? The
small
undersore in
galaxy.
the yeah. You did not do such a great job of befriending that undersore. You used and abused that undersore. I'm afraid.
I did. He did. Thank you very much.
That undersore.
Heartless.
Your relationship with that undersore did not end on good terms.
That's okay.
We'll get you another one.
We'll get you
It's fine.
one.
I'm not worried about it.
So, you make your way through the cargo bay until eventually you find a number of crates that have been unpacked already. And Griff eyeballs one of them. He looks at the two of you and he says, "Do either of you know how to write in Saurian?"
Ooh, can I?
I think Bam Bam can. You got this. You got this.
What do you?
I
have?
totally can. 100%.
Tell me what's in your.
I wonder if we had a thing. I feel like there was a point where I knew something like that. Okay.
That would
Let's
be a
see.
good. That would be a good. If you don't have Saurian Horde
Languages.
or Saurian Horde or anything,
I think linguistics might be my next skill.
it's not a bad one.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one.
Because you have all of the
Yeah.
who are
Basic,
they? The
obviously.
loom. You have the loom.
Strategy,
Yes.
combat,
Lord.
piloting, loom. There's a few things.
Loom. Yeah. Nothing in
Loom
there that
tech.
says Saurian Horde to me.
Assertive, focused, cool, relentless, inspiring, righteous, intuitive. Yeah. I mean, intuitive, I could maybe decipher it if I
Yep.
tried.
I think of the two of you, I think Ripper would have the better chance of like downloading.
Figuring, because, downloading the mental information.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
you could like link into one of them and kind of.
Yeah, there's guards in the place.
Yep.
Yeah, do it.
I just
You
have
do
to
it.
make one look and understand it, and then I
Or
can
maybe
figure
have
out
the
from
guard do
that.
the work for you. Maybe just hide in the crate and then have the guard
I mean, I think my mind control is getting pretty good at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
Well, is this-
I'm not just mind controlling Spore anymore.
I look at Griff. I'm like, can you read Saurian? Because he asked.
I need this to say. He looks at you and he says, "I need this to say inconspicuous food and products manufacturing laboratory."
Oh, you you need you need it to say something so they'll move it.
Yep.
Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. I don't know. You've only been on this ship for like a million years, you know. That's okay. Don't know how you got around without us before, bud.
Right.
All right.
And then I'll assist her in trying to like.
He does
Maybe I'll
manage
scout
to
out
unlock,
one
he does
coming
manage to
nearby.
unlock and open up the cargo crate for you. Holds the door.
Well, how can we pardon me. How can we change it if we're gonna be inside already, dude?
That's
wait, never
I
mind.
got this.
Whatever. whatever. Let's just get in. I don't want to look at him anymore.
What
Okay. Just the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He closes it
We
up,
got this.
locks you in.
All right.
How are you
Closes
going to put
guard.
yourself in a crate?
No answer. You're already in the crate. You're already locked up. That's a great
I
question.
had that question too. He said he was going to be with us. But you know what? If he doesn't show up, we get
He can figure out his own freaking problems at this point. I don't care.
we get the things for ourselves.
Yep.
If,
Yep.
We're so
if he
mean to
doesn't
him.
He deserves it. You don't have to
He
apologize.
deserves
You
it.
don't owe Griff any lamentations.
He's dumb.
Spare him your
He
tears.
is not a good dude.
He was really dumb to think that he was gonna get around. That he was gonna make
All
it
right.
with us.
All right.
There's that card. I knew I was missing a card.
All right. So what do you have to bring to this roll, Liz? How are you going to get an undersword to relabel this?
I get to use authority again.
Yes, you do. Okay.
I'm really glad that I got that one now.
Yes.
All right. So basic
Authority.
praying,
Yes.
basic farseeing, because I tend to use it with my psychic, especially when it's
Yep.
out in it from a crate. I'm
Yep.
in the dark right now.
Yes.
Smart,
Hi, little
psychic,
light.
Yep.
stealth, because
You're trying not to be
that's
detected
literally
in
the whole
crate.
point.
Yep.
That's right.
Clever, mindful, heartless, because once again,
Oh, it's
taking over
absolutely
somebody's
heartless.
brain.
It's absolutely heartless.
Quick-witted, because
No,
it was how
this is patient. This is not.
All right,
you're not-
fine.
Yeah.
All right, and authority.
Okay, that's a target of 7 plus 2 automatic victories.
All right,
And
mind.
and no, this is spirit, and I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh.
say take away one of your spirit dice.
Okay.
And Gel is gonna jump in and give you psychic,
The boost.
smart, inspired, basic training, sneak, and hide. That's 6
Okay.
more. So you now have a target of 7 and 8 automatic victories.
Okay.
Good old gel pack.
Yeah,
Always
that's
making
well
sure
worth,
things
that's
cool.
well worth losing one
All
die.
right,
That's
so that means I've now got 5 die, and that's 6.
You
the
hate.
target is- That's okay.
I believe in you.
3,
9 victories,
4,
yeah.
5.
11 victories. Without even thinking about it, basically, and so let's be absolute. We haven't talked so much about mind control in this game, because we're dealing with NPCs.
That we keep doing it.
One of the things I want to talk about, though, is because the Saurian Horde functions on mind control,
Right.
and there are huge systems of like living under the shadow of a Rexor as an undersword creates a constant flow of messaging, a constant flow of gaslighting, a flow of oppression that keeps you doing what you're doing.
And now I feel kind of bad for doing it.
Well, but this is Ripper that we're talking about, so it's not so surprising. But what I will say
is true.
Like,
yeah, but you're also a liberator. You're blocking out all that other noise for a minute.
Well, here's what I'm saying is that it is not about making somebody do something. It is about creating the conditions where they are likely to. So
yeah.
you are creating impulses. If you were being mind controlled, in other words, if a Rexor ever mind controls you, I am not going to take away your agency as a player. I am simply going to correct the environment around you according to that Rexor's whims. So,
right.
So it's more about changing the
So the
environment.
box needs to go.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
that
exactly
box
right.
really needs to get moved.
Yeah,
into
that
this,
box needs
and
to
it
go.
needs
And
to
this is
say
where it
this
needs to go.
instead. Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
This is where it needs to go.
It's a suggestion. Would you kindly? Would you kindly?
And with 11 dice, absolutely, like without a second thought, like you get somebody tapping into, the manifest, the cargo manifest, and altering it. You got somebody like changing the display and spraying some like putting some paint on the outside of the cargo container, and you have.
Is it organized?
Oh yeah. Well, the Saurian
Does it
Horde...
even need to say anything, or does it just have to have the right color? I mean, I know how I'd organize it.
Well, this is going to a very specific place. It's going to the Inconspicuous
Clearly.
Products Manufacturing Laboratory.
I would love to know. What is inconspicuous? But I guess we're gonna find out.
Inconspicuous things
And that's the title.
happening
That's the
every
title of the
day.
facility that you're going to.
Inconspicuous things?
Inconspicuous food and products
Oh, right.
manufacturing laboratory. Now, I kind of feel like for
You've
some reason
created
Saurian
monsters?
naming conventions are very like Chinese, and they're like, it is exactly this thing. Like this is what we meant to say. This is very Elcor. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, Elcor.
this is what it is.
Passionately. No, I will not do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything is explained. So because Saurians don't have a sense of humor,
Right.
and so they don't have subtext.
That's important to know.
Except when they do, but I think subtext is kind of like a privilege of the ruling class in the Saurian horde. That's what I think.
Okay.
And that's how
Okay.
now you know which ones became Loom.
Oh, it's clearly the undersource. It's well. This is something that I don't know if you know or not, but an underutilized piece of Saurian history is that all Saurians used to be undersource. Did we ever talk about this? Rexors,
No.
Yeah.
Rexors are the product of an undersour experiment
Right.
to create a super soldier.
Yep.
And so in a lot of ways
They messed up.
And
they're con.
Yep.
They're con.
It all happened on Earth.
Yep.
What?
60 million years ago. And then they honed it down and they perfected it, and then the Rexors took over.
Which makes me wonder, are we really undersource?
No. We would only laugh.
There you
Did
go.
everything come from undersource except the spore?
The spore came. I
Deep
know
thoughts
exactly
for
where
later.
the spore. That's for a later time, but I know exactly where the spore came from.
Next time I see one of these Rexors, I'm be like, we're cousins, dummy. Why are you fighting us?
My ancestor used to burn your bones for fuel.
Or maybe.
You know what?
Or maybe.
You know, we used.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, my ancestors used to use your ancestors for burns.
There you go. It's a question. It's a question. As soon as I made space dinosaurs, I knew at some point I had to answer the question. Okay, but why dinosaurs? Like I can't have Jump Rangers and not open myself up to the time travel game. Open myself up to whatever else. Like I can't just put things behind a wall that you can't penetrate. Because it's a role-playing game, so there had to be.
Next adventure is going to be a temporal thing where I go back in time and I tell the Rexors, "You're dumb. Don't do it, dummies."
We need to break character for a moment so that I can tell you.
Yeah.
That my kitten is so smart that I'm trying to distract him with his toy, so that I can play this darn game. And instead, he climbed the couch to attack the hand holding the end of the rod.
Good job.
Will you buy the hand that teases you with a cat toy right now, buddy? Sorry.
No worries. So,
smart boy. All right, go away. You're a Tyrannosaurus Rex too.
So you have taught Gel a skill. Congratulations.
Yay.
You've gotten yourself packed up in this crate. Is there anything else you want to do before the crate gets unpacked?
You mean other than plan?
You mean just sit in I mean, like we're just gonna be in how long are we in this stupid crate?
So about 8 hours later, you hear the massive rumbling of the mothership's engines, which shake everything in the car. It's extremely loud in here. All the animals are screaming. All the cargo crates are rattling against each other as the mothership descends on a pillar of fire from the sky down towards the surface of wherever you are. And a period of time goes by. You can hear activity. You can hear basically
things get moved.
Yeah, things are getting moved. There's alarms. Holes are opening up in the floor. And things are getting dropped down to what presumably is a spaceport or a landing area below you. And at some point, undersoars start latching anti-grav pods onto the side of your crate and start moving you towards the edge of the cargo bay. You drop down to the planet's surface. There's a lot of bumping. There's a couple of terrifying moments of free fall, um, but nothing terrific.
Bammy was like, "This feels great. Free fall's the best."
Do me a favor, everybody make a body check just to make sure that you can sort of like hang on to your little corner of the crate and that you don't get knocked around.
Oh yeah, I'm so good at that. I'm so good at it.
Gel's body is 2. Let's see how Gel does. Basic training, hide, and smart. We're gonna go with target of 3. Okay. All right. So we're gonna roll a die of damage against Gel. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay. Gel takes a second point of damage as the whole thing gets knocked around. So Gel is now down a die on all rolls.
Oh damn.
Tell me what you have for. Tell me what you have for whole. Like it's a body roll, obviously. Tell me what you can bring to this.
I'll go first. Training, obviously.
Yep.
Strategy, combat, piloting, loom tech. Blah.
I'll give you combat.
Yeah, that's very body. Assertive, focused. I think focus is pretty good.
Yes.
Cool, remaining cool
Yes.
during that kind
Yep.
of thing.
Basic
Relentless, inspiring. Maybe my coolness inspires people to do better.
I'll give you relentless.
Yeah. Righteous, intuitive. I mean, intuitive maybe just because like I know what that feeling is. I know
Yep.
I know what's
so
happening.
You have a target of 6. Roll your body into a target of 6.
Yeah, 1, 2, 2, 1, 7.
You're fine.
So let me re-roll the 2. Yeah, I'll re-roll the 2 1s, and I got a 3 and a 5 out of those.
Outstanding. Liz, how's Ripper's body? No. 3 dice. This isn't the hardest roll. I don't need much from you, but tell me what you've got to bring to it.
Basic.
Yep.
Untamed, because
yes,
this sort of thing, it just kind of goes with the brave.
Yes.
So I'm not freaking terrified.
Yeah,
quick-witted, so when things bump and shake, I will be fast on the take.
Yes.
And survival.
Oh yeah.
You also have a target of 5. You also have a target of 5.
All right.
2 victories.
And 3 dice.
Yep.
7, 2, and 2.
Not bad.
You made it. Okay. So Gel does a face plant, picks herself up, and tries to like recover and look cool as the whole thing gets settled. And then eventually, and you can hear outside of the crate, you can hear the sounds of industry. You hear what sounds like a city. You've seen Soros before. You've seen Saurian cities. There's always hover sleds flying around. There's engines in every direction. There's massive fans turning, and there's fires and smoke. Does anybody want to make a mind roll to see what you can learn about this environment while you're being transported onto a hover sled?
Yeah, I'll do that. I have pretty good mind.
Okay. You know how this works. Go ahead, make a roll at your discretion. Tell me how many victories you both get.
Yeah.
I'll let you just look up and down your character sheet. Pick what's appropriate.
Yeah. Focus.
Yep.
Intuitive.
Yes.
Training.
Yep.
Strategy.
Yeah, that's 4. Liz, do you wanna what do you got to bring to that roll?
All the same stuff.
Yep.
Like all the usual.
All your psychic
usual.
Yeah. So you have a target.
All my psychic stuff that would allow me to see.
What is that usually, a target of 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your mind into a target of 9.
9 to 5.
Ooh.
I gotta type these in. I can't remember. My memory's not anything today. 1, 5, 4, 7, 1.
What are we doing?
6.
What is this acting up for? Okay, there it goes. It was like making me roll them individually, and I'm like, I usually roll them all at the same time. But I got 3, 5, 3, 4, 2.
3, 5, 3, 4, 2, and your target was 3, right?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
4.
yeah.
It was 4. It was
4, 4, 4. Yeah.
3. Okay, so you got 4 victories.
Yeah.
This is not a lava planet.
Mm-hmm. He was lying,
And
or
Liz,
somebody lied to us for
did you
like the
did
last
you
30 years.
did you pull up your how many victories you got?
Me?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Because I got an 8, so 3.
Okay. 5.
Plus.
5 in total. This is not a lava planet, and he put you in here so you wouldn't notice.
Oh, we noticed.
Yeah.
Silly
That's what you
man.
get from this. That's what you get from this. You are in this crate so that you don't see what's really going on planet Inferno. And as you get moved across what is essentially a massive manufacturing center, you put it together pretty quick. This is a center of Saurian industry. And it is widely known out there beyond this world amongst the colonies that it is a planet to be avoided and feared. When this planet is a lot like Soros. It's being polluted. I'm sure it's being like slammed into the ground by industry, but it's also a planet with tons of waste, tons of resources, tons of things getting made. Wherever he's taking you, and he told you the truth about what he wants to steal, but it is not a remote facility. It is part of a larger network of industry, presumably
I would
run
like
by
to
hub.
know who started that little lie.
It's
'Cause
it's not a little lie. Let's be clear. It is something
The
that
big lie.
it's a big lie.
it's a conspiracy.
Yes,
Mhm.
it is a conspiracy. It is
We get to expose a
all
conspiracy.
throughout the colonies. Planet Inferno is known to be um it's like don't bother, don't waste your time. As soon as people find out that ships are coming and going from Planet Inferno, it's like there's no point getting on them. Don't even worry about it. You only got on the ship by accident. If you had found out that the mothership that you were going on was headed to, you just chose it randomly, right? You had Gel pick it intuitively, is what
Mm-mm.
happened. But if you
This is
had
why we love
known,
Joe.
yep, if you had known that it was headed to Planet Inferno, you would have skipped it because we'll find something else to do with our time.
You know this means that our top humans probably know this. Like
Or
it does. This goes all the way to the top.
or someone else is benefiting from keeping this a secret
And continues to promote that secret.
and continues to promote the secret. Maybe there's a group of individuals who are taking whatever they can find on this planet and shipping it out to the colonies under the auspices, and smuggling it out, getting it to people who can provide, the best of whatever that colony has to offer in exchange for things that can't be gotten anywhere else. Maybe it's a supply chain.
Well, we're gonna find out where all these economics go.
And then you're going to explain them to me because I'm not an economics person.
Let's disrupt the systems.
But that I can do.
Let's
I can be a
go.
wrench.
In
Get us out
general,
of this stupid crate.
like adults can be unreliable, but in general, like people don't set out to be corrupt. You know what I'm saying? This isn't. It's not.
They don't start that way.
Yeah, and they don't.
It's-
And for the most part, like most colonies are run to the best of the ability of the people running them. Most people are just doing their best to survive.
100%. But
this-
some people in power create the issues that everybody else has to work around. So
But who is in power becomes debatable. Sometimes that power exists in the shadows.
it's true.
And yeah, to whatever end, this is certainly a conspiracy. This planet is not what they said it was. There's no way it is. You can
Yeah.
you travel across a good portion of the planet's surface, and you hear all the way around settlement after settlement after settlement. You're not hearing volcanoes spewing fire into the sky. That's not what you're hearing. And the flight path, frankly, of the ship of the skiff that you're on does not suggest like you're not dodging anything. There's nothing dangerous happening.
It's about time to start being real judicious.
And after a good long while, you are eventually like you can hear the hovercraft start to. You can feel that your ears pop. You can hear the engine start to slow down, and before long, you
Hey,
are.
hide in the armor real fast. Hide up against the inside of the armor just in case.
What's that?
I'm telling them to hide up inside of the armor just in case. We don't know who's coming out.
You don't. You don't have any armor right now. This is just an.
No, I mean the armor we're in the crate with.
You're
We're not there yet.
You have to
Oh.
steal it first. You have to steal it.
Oh, we still have to steal it? I thought we just stole it.
Nope.
Okay, I'm confused all the time.
Nope. You're being shipped into the facility, and then you're going to be shipped out. He is getting you to help him break into a secure Saurian facility, and he's getting you to
Gotcha.
take all the risk, and then he's just making sure that you don't know where you are or what's going on. He's just going to pop you in and out of the. And sure enough, just as you two are putting this all together, the crate door opens. You're in another warehouse, and Griff is opening the door for you. He goes, "Shh, hey, you ready to work?" And that's where we ended.
Are you? Are you?
All right.
Quack, 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 quack.
And now I have to go celebrate a promotion.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so
Finish
good.
celebrating my birthday.
That's so good,
How
Liz.
cool is that?
Congratulations. I am so relieved. Here, but let me sign off before we share any personal details. Thank you to everybody who's been watching. It's gonna be a fun game. Next game, we're gonna, I'm sure, end up blowing up the facility or something stupid. No good can come of this. So please tune in.
It's never stupid to blow something up.
Yeah.
Mindful.
Mindful. It's going to be an interesting month. Stick around. There's a lot of stuff happening, both in Jump Rangers and in life. I think we can all expect. I am hoping to make enough money to start getting Federico to churn out weekly art. That is my goal for the year. That, finishing Tyrant Lizards as a supplement, and finishing the new draft of Jump Rangers, a game called Conquest, the novel that I've been working on, which I've gotten some help from Liz with that I'm very grateful for. It's going to be a very, I think we're onto something here. So I look forward to getting that done. Anybody else got anything they want to share before we log off? Thank you so much for being here. Don't be a stranger, Ranger.